Turn me up. This is
coming to you from the heart of the Pacific, brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role model every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Nackie and Carl. What's up, Nackie?
Hey.
Good to be back. Today's Sunday, November 1st, Season 4, Episode 39. We've only got 8 left this year.
Jesus.
8 left. For some reason, that doesn't add up to 52, but hey, that's okay.
Yeah. COVID.
COVID, not sure.
COVID.
Maybe we skipped a couple shows, but I'm your host, Carl. With me, your lovely host, Nackie. Good morning, Nackie.
Good morning.
You have a beautiful shirt on this morning. We're going to show that off. We're going to talk about that. In our check-ins today, long week, we had a whole bunch of stuff going on. I had stuff going on personally. My 9 to 5 was crazy busy, and PBD was crazy busy. So not enough hours in the day,
Right.
all the way through the week. But that's our show. Oh, and when we come back from our first break this morning, we are going to talk about Margarita Satini, and we definitely will not talk about all the great things that she's done for our community and our people, but we are going to talk about her and her life and our experiences with her, because we would have like a whole season of shows to cover all the great things that she did for our community. Shocking news this week that touched people across the country, across the ocean. Just a huge impact this lady had on our lives. So following our first break, when we come back, we will be dedicating a full portion of our show to Rita Satini. Rest in love. We may have people call in. We may end up having a full show on this later. But timely, we want to make sure that we pay our respects to a lady who dedicated a large part of her life to lifting our community. She had her hands. She was part of. Well, let's talk about it after the break, because that's when we have it scheduled. That's our show today. Nackie, what's good?
Good morning. Good morning. Crazy busy. We, of course, I worked all week. Actually, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is my schedule, for those of you who don't know. And then Saturday. What did we do Saturday?
This Saturday, yesterday,
Yeah.
we had the class.
We started our
Awesome.
Stop Smoking class. Big shout out to Yvette, Manamea, Songa, and Sivea, and damn it. And big shout out to people that were in the class. So Leah. Our Leah was in
Leah
class
did a great
with
job.
us. She did
You
a great job.
It was great participation.
And
we're making it so for those of you that are listening, if you want to quit smoking, get a hold of us at the Faika podcast at polybydesign.com. We can get you caught up. The first class is passed. There are 5 classes. We're taking it step by step, and we're going to give you the tools that you need to quit smoking from a PI perspective. So it's the only stop smoking class that I know of in California.
Yes, for PIs.
Specifically for Pacific Islanders.
So if you're looking to quit smoking, get a hold of us, send us a message, and we will send you the link to our next class, which is happening next Saturday. That would include you, Nellie. Nellie's online. Good morning, Nellie. I'll send you the link so you can join us at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Good morning, sister.
Good morning, Maury. Our Maury. She's with PBD. Maury,
got a new zip code, that girl.
She's now working out of Seattle, so we just want to wish her luck. She'll be there for a year, maybe more.
Federal Way.
And so she's out there for a minute. Good morning, Yvette.
I'm not sure Maury wants us giving out what city she's in.
Right.
Hey,
man. Yeah, and you're TikTok famous. Good morning, Britt. Britt is on. We were just talking about you, Britt, this morning, because we'll be talking about JuiceBoy and how her and Mena interviewed Cutthroat. We'll be talking about that a little later. Mena's trying to find the interview. So that another sad situation. I have my T-shirt on, who is from Sister Hopi, and I don't know if you can see. Dang, it's in that bag right there.
We'll show it later in the show. We'll actually get a close up of it. But what does it say?
It says role models come in brown too. So, we always say role models come in brown. And so she made us a T-shirt. And so thank you, Sister Hopi, for our T-shirt. Maury says it's okay. Mo is all, what does the T-shirt says? It says role models come in brown too. So thank you, Sister Hopi, for our T-shirt. We love, love, love you. And so we had class yesterday, which was awesome. So again, send us a message and we will put you in our class Saturday at 10 o'clock. We have the only stop smoking class geared for Pacific Islanders. So holla.
There may be classes in, I don't know, New Zealand or something, but as far as California goes, especially the Bay Area,
right,
we're the only one doing it.
We're the only Pacific Islanders stop smoking class. So join us this Saturday. Send us a message. Good morning, everyone who's tuned in. PJ, good morning, PJ. Nellie gave us a thumbs up, so I'll be sending her the Zoom link.
That's what I read that as.
We are going to ask you to share our podcast just because we have a lot of good information about COVID-19. We'll be talking about everything under the sun that's happened this week. We have the elections coming up on Tuesday. So, and
Tuesday after the first Monday, there's some numbers, some really incredible numbers.
Crazy numbers. Carl will be going over. And if you haven't registered to vote, guess what? You can register to vote on Tuesday. I think you can register to vote on election day. So it's not too late for you. Why you haven't done it yet, we don't know. But we have good news for you. You can register to vote on Tuesday, the same day. Alene, good morning. Tayamanuia. Happy Sunday. So thank you for tuning in.
Good morning, Alene.
Please share so we can share some awesome, amazing information. And then my T-shirt, you see my T-shirt, Role Models Come in Brown. Carl also has a T-shirt on that we got from All My Usos. It is their cancer awareness T-shirt that they give, they do a fundraiser. All My Usos has a fundraiser every October to recognize Cancer Awareness Month. And so they sell the T-shirts, and they also had a 50-cent Venmo challenge thing like we do for Snacky with Nackie, and they collected almost $3,000.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
The power of 50 cents.
The power of 50 cents. And so they blessed 7 families that are currently fighting cancer. And so it's a great thing that they do there. So there you go. And so thank you for the T-shirts. I got one too from Sister Cree, who was our guest last week. Big shout out to Sister Cree for joining us.
Always doing something, that girl.
Always doing something. And so thank you for the T-shirts. And we just hung out. It was a busy week. We had Koviki Talk with Dr. Andrew Subika, Dr. Subika, and then I made Melissa Leylon, who was with the Marshallese Community ACOM. I made her a doctor.
You promoted her.
I promoted her to a doctor.
Hey, there's a shout out for everybody to join the Faika podcast. Come on our show, because you'll get promoted. You could be an administrator,
right?
And
and
we
be
might
president.
Turn you into president.
That's
we
right.
Could promote you to doctor, as Nackie has done.
Yes,
you get promoted on our shows.
You get promoted. So just come on. I don't care what your bio says. I'm gonna make you whatever I want to make you. So it was there you go. It was a good show.
Really good show.
Yeah, it was a really good show. Go check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. You can go to our Faika app and listen to it, or you can scroll down to our Facebook page and watch the dang thing. So what you got to lose? Nothing, right? You ain't doing nothing. We're all stuck at home, right?
Trying to be.
Some
people are. Some people decide not to be stuck at home.
We're trying to not be stuck at home. Yesterday was Halloween. So if you celebrated Halloween by staying home like the rest of us, me and my family had a movie night. And so we dressed up. We got in costume. And we have a, what is it? Projector, and in the backyard we put up a screen, and we had the fire thingy going, and they roasted marshmallows and made s'mores, and we watched I hate scary movies. Like I dislike because I'm a scaredy cat. If I watch a scary movie in the middle of the night, I'll imagine that noise is going on, and then I freak myself out, and then I'm under my blankets. But because my baby loves scary movies, we watched what is that? Conjuring. Is it The Conjuring? It came out in 2011, I think it is, and it's a true story. So double whammy for me. So it was really scary.
And you made it through the whole thing.
I made it through the whole thing only because my baby sat next to me and she held my hand, and we were, like she knew I was scared. So I was like holding on to her.
You have many babies. Which baby?
Malia, who is the baby of the gang. And she wanted to watch scary movies for Halloween, of course. And we all dressed up. And
you had clothes that you'd used before, right?
Yes.
From years ago?
Yeah, shut up. Me and Mo were prisoners. I think I will tag PBD on our pictures. And then Malia was DJ Marshmallow. I had no clue who it was. And then Miley was what is that wrestler? He's my favorite. Kane. No, I don't like Kane. But she was Kane. It's the Undertaker. Undertaker is my favorite. Besides the twins. The next is the Undertaker.
You had to catch yourself there.
Yes, I had to catch myself there. The twins, the Usos are my favorite. And then the Undertaker. So Miley was Kane. Mo was a prisoner. And yeah, so it was fun. And we made nachos. Our nachos were the bomb last night. Yeah.
Did you put something special on them? Or
crack. I think it puts a little bit of crack in there.
Otai crack.
Oh my God. Toke moana. We need some crack. So we had toke moana on like a couple of weeks ago. And then we had their mango otai. Mango crack otai. Woo! That is so good. It's crack. So I highly recommend mango crack otai. Good morning, Herm and Julie. Good morning, Pele.
Oh, your boyfriend.
Is your boyfriend on? Oh my God. Pele is the cutest little boy. He's Audrey's grandson. We have Fono Tatalo every morning at 6:00 in the morning. And Pele, who is, I think he's 5 or 6.
You better know the age of your boyfriend.
I know. He comes on every morning and he sings with his grandma, and he just, and then one time she was saying prayer, and all of a sudden you hear this little voice, "I love you, Nackie." So yes. So good morning, Pele. We had what was I talking about? We were talking about Toke Moana's mango otai. So go check out Toke Moana on Instagram. They have foods. They sell food every week. They're about to open up a restaurant. Woo woo. So we're going to go check that out in Redwood City when they open. They'll have a grand opening, and then I'll probably bring home a gallon of crack. And then, their food is really, really good. So
you're listening to the Faika podcast. And if you're tuning in for the first time, you are learning that we're always going to talk about food.
Always. I always talk about food.
Through an episode without food. So continue on about your movie night with your family.
So we had movie night, and my scary ass watched The Conjuring, and it's a true story. So I highly recommend. I sat through it. I'm still a little scared, but it was a good movie. It was good. It had a story, and it was a true story, so that makes it even scarier. But the one thing that I drilled into my kids, so there was a aiku. They moved into this house real quick. They moved into this house where there was witches that lived there, and they were killing people. And the people, like these exorcist people, they called to come help them. They came to come help them, and they had a cross. The thing that I got out of it was that family was not baptized. Ha! That family was not baptized, and that's why the Aiku was going after them really strong. And the two people that came to help them had their cross, and they were Catholic, and they were, believed in God. And so the monsters or the ghosts or the demonic whatever didn't go after them as much. Good morning, Rhoda. So in the middle of the movie, while they were like, the family said, well, we don't do the church thing. And they asked them, are you guys baptized? And they're like, no, we didn't baptize their kids. And they were like, and then I was all,
there you go.
I was, good thing I baptized all you guys. Good thing we're all baptized. So there you go. If you're baptized, no monsters, no ghosts, no demonic, nothing can touch your soul. So that's what I got out of
So it was
that
a
movie.
religious Halloween at the Moley House.
Yes.
Reinforcement
yes.
of baptism.
Right. So that demonic movie turned into me going, ha! I told you. Good thing I baptized all you guys. And then it made me feel better because I was like, oh, well, shoot. We're baptized, so ain't no demonic spirit going to get a hold of us. So, yes.
Was Sunga out there with you?
Sunga was out there with us. Me and her sat near the fireplace. The fire, what is
Fire
it,
pit?
Mena? Fire pit. It was really nice. They were roasting their marshmallows. It was very, very, very nice. I really enjoy when my kids are all together. My son couldn't make it because he was doing his Halloween thing. So he was busy, but yeah.
My son left the house. He comes in after he gets off work, and he worked early, so it was probably like 3:30 maybe.
Yeah.
He comes in after he got back from work, and he said, "Okay, Dad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to my Nainoa is going to his brother is going to drop him off at a Costco party, Halloween party, and then I'm going to take an Uber back, and I'll be back by 2 a.m."
Oh, nice.
And he's 21. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to check in and do that. But I was just thinking of how responsible not all, but how responsible some of the younger generation is. And if there were responsible younger people when I was 21, I didn't hang around them. Like, I was not real responsible. The group that I was running around with, like, we were a little, we were doing our own thing. We definitely were not thinking about, getting dropped off at a party and then finding a cab ride home.
Right.
But shout out to the younger generation
Yeah.
for being smarter than I was as a young person.
You're good. You're like, oh, he's 21. He doesn't have to check in till I die. Till I die, my kids have to check in. Where you going? How come I haven't seen you? And then I get that from my mother. Jeanette, how can I get a breast cancer shirt that you have? You have to go to All My Usos. They have a Instagram page. I don't know if they have a Facebook page, but I will go and tag you on it, Jeanette. Thank you for tuning in this morning, and I'll ask you to share the page. Good morning, Rhoda. Helen. Good morning, Helen. So
It's really a cool shirt. And if we can get one more shot of it, that's the shirt.
That's the shirt. All My Usos.
There are 1,001 different renditions or
Yes.
variations of the cancer ribbon.
But that's the best one.
That's the best one.
That really is the best one.
And I mean, I'm not. I am Pacific Islander, so I'm biased. But just
Right.
because I'm biased doesn't mean I'm wrong.
That's right.
That is the baddest rendition of the cancer ribbon that I've ever seen. I've seen it on several different shirts that All My Usos has put out.
Yes.
And every time I look at it and go,
And it
that
gets better.
is just badass.
It's badass.
I don't know who. Do we know who did that?
I think it's tribal.
Oh, Tribal Theory?
Tribal. No.
Tribal-
Oh, tribal theory, though. We were talking about. Let me focus.
Tribal
focus.
turf.
Tribal turf. Tribal turf. We were talking about tribal. Is it tribal theory? Oh, because you were okay. So we were talking earlier about Cutthroat and Mena and Britt Afu, who is our PBD person in Utah. Britt Afu and Mena interviewed Cutthroat, and you were like, "Oh, was it when Britt interviewed that guy with no shirt on?" And I was like, "That's Nico from Tribal Theory." There you go. So I'm everywhere. Tribal. Okay, so focus. So So go. That's what I got out of the whole movie was. Thank you, God, for having me baptize my babies so no demonic spirit will hit them. So there you go. And then Nainoa is being responsible by catching Uber. Well, like you said.
Ty had his brother, Nainoa, drop him off at the party, and then he was getting a Uber home. And as always, we said as he left, if that doesn't work out, just call. Doesn't matter what time it is. Doesn't matter if you're drunk. Call us. We'll come pick you up.
Yeah.
You're not going to catch a bad time.
Yeah.
And he had I can't remember what he went as last year, but he was just going to throw on a cowboy hat and cowboy boots this year. And as he walked out, I saw only the cowboy hat was like, he was holding it. Oh. And it was all messed up when I saw it this morning on the kitchen counter. I saw it.
Good time had by all. Good time had by all.
I
so
saw
there you go.
the wrecked cowboy hat, and I thought there's some good times behind that.
Yes.
I'm sure.
So yay.
So
Being responsible.
This is the Faika podcast, and a lot of PIs out there are starting podcasts. If you're thinking of starting a podcast,
Right.
1, do it. 2, do not look at us and try to figure out how to run a podcast because
we still don't
we're a
know.
little loose. We're a little all over the place when
Right.
it comes to format and agenda.
Yes. So there you go. So big shout out to being responsible. So what else happened this week?
Oh, let's see.
Koviki Talk.
Koviki Talk on Monday.
Right.
With Dr. Subika
and Melissa Leilon, who's with ACOM. So go follow their page, ACOM. And then Tuesday we had Tosh Love. Yes.
And she is a breath of fresh air.
She is an artist out of South Carolina.
Yes.
And I first found out about her is because I follow her on Instagram. So go follow her on Instagram. And she has this calendar that she's put out for the last 3 or 4 years. She's an artist that has, where's my calendar? It's probably upstairs, but it's a Samoan calendar, and she has beautiful art for every month. It's something more beautiful than the month before. But every day is a Samoan word and then the English translation right under it. And so every day my kids learn a new word because of the calendar. And so I love that calendar. It's beautifully made. It's very colorful, and I love that it's teaching my kids Samoan words. So go follow Tosh Love on Instagram, and she's also on Facebook, and she has more than just calendars. She has art and clothing. So go follow her. She like you said, she was a breath of fresh air.
I love the stories that she told about growing up in Samoa, in American Samoa, as an Afakasi. She had a unique, well, I don't know that it's unique, but she definitely expressed her perspective of being, of not being full Samoan or not being full Marangi, right? So
growing up off
we talk
Kasi.
about that too,
Right.
like not brown and not, what is it, not dark enough to be brown, but not light enough to be white.
Yeah.
And then
Very good.
her, her journey to, and I can't remember, she'll watch the show. She
Right.
explains this way better than I do.
Yeah.
But then embracing and finding her roots actually when she got to the States.
Yeah, to
When
Washington.
she got to Washington, then, she really flourished in her Polynesianness. So,
Yeah.
great story. I love her story about drawing the banner with Polynesian designs.
Yes.
Check that out. That's one of the interviews that I look at and go, that's definitely one I'm going to go back and watch.
Yes, definitely. So I love her art. I've been stalking her for forever. Her and Urbanesian, I love her. I love her artwork too. So please go follow them on Instagram. Support, like I always say, shop Pasifika. Let's support our Pasifika artists and entrepreneurs. We love our Pasifika artists. Before you go and shop on Amazon and everything else, just make sure that you go check out our Pasifika artists. And again, go to Samoan Solutions Instagram page, and they have their highlights. They have Pasifika podcasts. They have Pasifika entrepreneurs that you can support, like Lex 55, Urbanesian, Tosh Love, Toke Moana Foods, Crack Otai. That's all I'm going to say. Crack Otai. So, amazing artists. You really have to go check out all these Pasifika entrepreneurs, artists, and the clothing that they sell and the art that they sell. It's we should support each other. There you go.
Janet Neves, I believe, if I pronounced her last name right, she's actually the artist that drew the ribbon.
Shut up!
Yeah, and she's a breast cancer survivor. So
What?
we're finding that out. We found the artist,
Is she
and
an artist? I thought it was to David, but okay.
so not only did we find the artist, she's a cancer survivor as well. So cancer is something that obviously
Awesome.
Poly by Design takes
Oh,
incredibly seriously.
She's a
because-
breast cancer survivor. Oh, yay. Thank you, Jeanette. Eddie, brother Eddie, aloha, checking in from Hawaii. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and share the podcast. So, Tosh Love, go follow her. Go watch our interview. It's on YouTube. You can listen to it on our Faika app. And then if you want, you can scroll down to Tuesday and watch the interview. But please go follow her on Instagram and crack Toke Moana. So there you go. That was my check-in. How was your week?
My week was good. Real quick, I want to just talk about the ribbon one more time. For a long time, I thought that was my son does Polynesian art.
Yeah.
So he had drawn art that I thought that could go on a T-shirt, that could go on a T-shirt. And I saw this particular ribbon on Sister Nani at, what was the Cafe Wellness? It was one of the nights that we went there to paint at SCDC. And she was wearing this, a T-shirt with just the ribbon on the front. I remember looking at it going, wow, I want to find out who did that. So to find out that it wasn't this, not that it being a professional piece of art means there's any less to it, but it means even more to me now that it wasn't, a professional, tribal turf or a T-shirt company. It was an individual that has a relationship with cancer and has a relationship with being a survivor. So that was a big moment to find out who was responsible for that. So thank you, sister.
Yay, thank you. So, what else? Oh, you were working all week?
Working all week. This week I had a deposition, which for those of you that have been through depositions, they can be exhausting. And obviously I can't go into details of the deposition, but my mind used to work a lot quicker and a lot better before chemo. So my memory, and I wouldn't say intelligence, but I'm just not as quick as I used to be. So in the old days before chemo, I would go through depositions and I didn't sweat about having a deposition. And I could banter with an attorney without feeling, any kind of way. I had to prepare for this deposition. It was 5.5 hours.
Damn.
That's
long.
I've had 2-day depositions before, but I just didn't have the horsepower mentally to go through it easily. So I got through it. But it was one of those things that I look at in my journey with cancer where I go, things are just different. And then yesterday I had, on my walk, I go on a walk and I try to get 10,000 steps on my walk so that if I don't move a lot, I end up staying at work in front of my computer a lot for long hours. So when I get my walk in, I try to get 10,000 full steps in. And over the last few weeks, it's taken longer and longer for me to get those 10,000 steps in. So it was a real emotional walk for me yesterday. I was sad during the walk that it's just, I can tell that I'm not getting any stronger. And as I go through treatment, I realize if I'm going to go, when I go to the next treatment, it's going to be even harder. So the walks, it's hard to go on a walk when you don't have the energy to do it. And we're not talking jogging or running. We're just talking a 2.88 mile walk. And it's taken longer and longer.
That's a long time. That's a big walk.
2.88
miles.
It didn't used to be as long. It's getting longer as energy is getting tougher to come by. So it was an emotional walk for me to see, that I'm going to have to do more and more, and the results to get physically is going to be harder and harder to get as I go. So doing that, I was then, by the end of the walk, I was looking at, squirrels running down the fence next to me, birds flying by. It was like 73 degrees. And there's just so many things to be grateful for. There's people without legs that would love to be able to go on a 10-step walk, more or less a 2 3/4 mile walk. There's people that haven't walked for years or lost their legs, or that, would love to be able to do what I was doing. So, I had a different perspective by the end of it, but it's a tough couple days.
Yeah, but you did it. Yay.
I got home.
You got home. This morning, Dr. Reno Samoa, he texted me and he sent me this video that he said it reminded me of him. And it's this video of this couple that's singing a song. Go check it. It's kind of funny. It's the Keep Going song. And it's just the lady keeps singing keep going song. It's the keep going song. And then she's making up stuff along throughout the song, and it just keeps going and going. And so it was pretty funny. He sent it to me, and so I just seen it go by on my news feed. So I thought I'd pop that up. But
nice.
Dr. Samoa and his partner Nick will be on tonight on Utopia San Francisco's podcast with Neil and Kikoa. So that is at 5 p.m. Go check it out. They will be talking about living and not about COVID-19, maybe a little bit, but actually get to know the doctor and his partner and about their family and how they're doing and living down south. So that's going to be a good show. So check them out at 5 p.m. Go to the Utopia San Francisco page.
I think it's probably, and not that it's a bad thing, but I doubt they get through the show tonight without talking about COVID.
Right.
Because he's got so much information.
Right.
So I think at this point, in the pandemic, when it's everybody knows that he knows. So I think it's hard to have a conversation with Dr. Samoa without just saying, like, how long till the vaccine?
Right,
or,
right.
What are we going to do? What's next? Because he's got the knowledge.
Yeah.
So great show. Can't wait to tune into that.
Yes,
that's going to be a good time.
That's going to be a good show. So we love their show. So tune in at 5 o'clock. It is the Utopia Fireside Queer Talk at 5 p.m. today. So go check them out. Go check them out. What time is it? It's time for a break. It's time for a break. So this week has been a hard week for our community, Pacific Islander community. We've had, everyone has a big loss. And this week we'll be talking about Margarita when we come back, Rita Satini, when we come back from our break. Right now we're going to play a song, JuiceBoy, who is with Cutthroat.
And the first song we're going to play is Handcart Boy, and it's by Cutthroat Mode. Rest in peace.
Rest in
Boy.
peace.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Q. Joseph. From Island Block Radio. Y'all are tuned in to the Faika podcast.
Every Sunday at 10 to 12 noon.
Stop playing. Come on.
She don't love me for my money, but if she did, she got the wrong one. I need a woman that's gonna love me and stay committed for the long run. She got it, she good, she ain't worried about none of that. She the type of woman that give it and expect nothing back. With an exception, if she touch me, I give that loving back. I like what you got to offer, I'ma get me some of that. I must have been lost at words or something. The day that you spoke to me, I didn't see it coming. Compared to the view of you, I must have seemed like nothing. Coming from the ghetto, I didn't think you want me, no. But she got a mind of her own. Now how can I ever tell her she's wrong? And how can I ever leave her alone? Every time I get home, pick up the phone, girl, come on.
From down the way, she ain't up to par with this type of game. Ignite the flame, make sure she see which way to go. Come right this way. Low thing, no photo range, only paper planes, pure dodo, babe. Show no pain, expose your aim. Promise this won't go in vain. Know you come from silver spoons, fine china, that designer. Me, I'm just a broke nigga, still living with my mama. But I hit you with that good, to you that's worth way more than dollars. From the hills, I'm from the bottom. For some reason, we still mobbing. Take a ride with Roland, I'm gon' show you how to cool it, babe. Once we get this going, you gon' know just why I do it, babe. Got the perfect alibi, never know unless we try. Haters quick to drop they two, but I ain't worried. We online, we on time and on the grind, so we gon' make this statement brief. And I'm actually on the clock, that 9 to 5 ain't make believe. Hate when I get up and go, but every day she wait for me patiently, even though she got the dough to break me free. kill. She like the way I'm thugging, she know the boy real. Never felt this type of loving, can't front on how I feel. Right now it's all or nothing, they tryna keep this thing on private, but we going public. I gotta get it how I live, and she knows that. She never wonders if I care, cause I show that. And if she calls, I'll be there, I never hold back. Tell baby hop up in my whip and we gon' roll back. She knows that I could take her wherever she wanna. Baby girl, my natural high, she my marijuana. Baby girl, ask me why it's only her that I chose. Cause it's for her beautiful mind and a heart of gold. You know, your mama and your daddy don't approve of us, but still we gotta do what we do for us. I come from a crew of thugs, the crazy things we do for love, my baby.
Okay, well then we're back. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nackie. You're listening to the Faika podcast. And with me, as always, is Carl.
Good morning.
That was Cutthroat, JuiceBoy, who passed away this week. So condolences and prayers to his family and to the Cutthroat crew. So
I didn't realize he was part of Cutthroat. I mean, I saw the flood on social media.
Right.
Of his picture and, the great, the passing words and those kind of things.
Right.
But I didn't know that he was a member of Cutthroat.
Yeah, it's a sad loss for the whole community. So
Young man.
Very young man. So prayers up to his family. Marty Jams, good morning. Aloha, Helen, Verma, Chandra. Yes, let's keep fellow Pacific Islanders thriving. She's saying support their businesses, support Pasifika.
Shop Pasifika.
Yes, Shop Pasifika. There you go. So this week we also had huge loss to the community. Margarita Satini, Rita, who we had as a guest on Koviki Talk a couple weeks ago, I believe.
She was talking 19th. to educating us on voting.
Yes. So she passed away this week of the very thing she's been trying to fight off and educate our community about, because the numbers are so high with Pacific Islanders. And Rita caught COVID-19 and then passed away of complications this week. And so she's just... it's crazy because she's everywhere. She's fighting. She's trying to educate our community on COVID-19. She's also trying to get our community to vote smart. She has been just all over social media up until that week about getting yourself registered, going to vote, how to protect yourself with COVID. She was out in the community, helping people get educated. And so crazy.
Yeah. And I would talk to people doing community work. And one of them said the same. She did the same thing I did, where I was like, wait, Rita Satini or Santini? And you said Satini. And I said, well, like Rita, like who are you talking about? And I knew in my mind who you were talking about, but I kept asking names. Remember, we had that conversation, and I was like, I was on one of my walks, and I was like, is it the same Margarita Satini? Of course, it was the same that we were talking, that had been on our show and does all the community work. But I just had a hard time believing that, because she was so full of life when we had her on just a short time before.
Such a shock. And so she's just there's everything you can think of. She was a firecracker. She was just full of life, and she was so funny and so loving. And we got introduced to her because she is part of the Pacific Islander COVID-19 response team, and her and Jacob and her and Jacob did Utah, and so they were the Utah, the part of the regional task force in Utah. So she did a lot of work. We did meetings with her, and then we had her on Koviki Talk with Manu Malo and Joseph, and so there was a lot of joking and
that was a great show.
Yeah, that was a really good
fun show. And we talked about how do we get information, how to vote or COVID-19 or anything, any topic. How do you get that palatable? How do you get that where it's not like, oh my God, they're teaching us stuff?
Right.
And I really felt like of all the Koviki Talk episodes that we've done, that was the one that felt like just the most everybody just chopping it up, having a good time, being themselves, and talking about the information. We got really valuable information out during that session, but it was us laughing, having a good time. It just felt. I got off that show and I was like, "Wow, was that an hour?"
Yeah,
it didn't feel like an hour.
Went really fast. I think because we were having a good time, and she was full of life, and she's truly going to be missed. It's a hard hit on the community, big loss, and prayers up to her family. And they have a GoFundMe page. GoFundMe, they're raising money for Rita, just for her family, and so go onto her page and you'll find it there. But it's
she leaves behind a family, children, a community. Really, the whole world has people around that she's touched. And that's not like it's not just making it up for emphasis and like, oh, let's exaggerate that.
No.
There's people out in the Pacific. There's people across the country. The benefit that she's done. Her picture. Has something up to. Can you see that? Can you read that?
It says the world you want requires you to be civically engaged.
And that's what she was.
She was
civically engaged.
She was engaged.
She encouraged everybody else to become civically engaged, to get what you want, to get what we want for our people. Just a great example. Truly, what we talk about, a positive Pacific Islander role model.
Yeah, truly. That she's just that everything. She was a grandmother when we were on. She had her grandbabies in the background. So, really big loss to our community everywhere. And so we prayers for Rita's family.
So we're going to reach out to a few of the community leaders. We may end up doing an entire show about Rita. We don't know, but it's timely that we talk about it today. We don't want to let today go without giving our love and our recognition of her and what she did during her life. But yes, we may end up doing a full show with people coming on and talking about what she meant, what she did, how she helped, how they helped her in her journey. But yeah, it's a sad day for the Pacific Islander community.
Right. So yeah. I think we were like in shock when we found out.
I was.
We were like, read it. When I seen it on Facebook, I was like, wait, what?
Well, I was in complete denial. I saw the picture that we have up. I saw that picture roll through my news feed, and I was like, yeah, that's right. Like but it would never even cross my mind that why would somebody be posting a picture of her with one of her quotes?
Right.
I was just thinking, yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I believe,
cool.
I agree with it. And then it was later in the day that you had brought it up that she had passed. And when I was talking to another community leader that's done, a lifetime of community work, I described how I was saying, no, wait, Rita said, I had to go through that confirmation.
Yeah.
She said she did the exact same thing
Right.
that she was asking over and over and trying to find a way that the answer would not be that Rita Satini had passed.
Yeah. Sad. So, big loss, and all we can do to honor her is to practice safety. Wear your mask.
Safety, live what she wanted us to do.
Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, stay at home if you have to. You should if you test positive, stay your ass at home. Right. So,
and especially, Ty, my son, he works at Costco.
He's an essential worker.
He's an essential worker, and he has said he's not at all scared of him getting it. He's scared of getting it and bringing it home to his mom or his dad or his brother.
Right.
And that's why he leaves his boots at the door. That's why he takes a shower when he gets home, and he goes through all those things. And when I see him doing that, I understand that he fully understands that is not
Right.
for him. None of
Yeah.
that action is for him. It's
It's
for
for
me,
you.
right?
Yeah.
It's for Nicole.
Yeah.
It's for his brother. Like, he does all those things
Right.
because he knows how to love his family
Right.
and how to love thy neighbor. And that
Exactly.
was Dr.
That was-
Andrew Young said.
Oh, Fuimono. Fuimo
Oh,
said,
Fuimaono,
yes,
right.
Love your
Dr. Fuimaono said, what does love your neighbor look like right now? Love
Yeah.
your neighbor looks like wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Exactly.
And when I see people doing that, young people that really have like very, very, very tiny risk
Yeah.
in getting anything serious from COVID, when I see them doing it, I appreciate it. And I
Mm-hmm. Right.
tell people when I see them doing that, I tell them that I appreciate it. So
Right.
if you see a young person that, again, the percentages for them to have a really tough case or pass away from COVID is minute. It's tiny. If
Yeah.
you see them doing the right thing, tell them thank you.
Right.
Say, hey, I realize you're doing that for me,
Right.
not for you.
I know, I get it. The pandemic has been going on for months now, 7 or 8 months, right? And people are starting to slack up. You know, they're starting to go out and hang out more, and it's still going. And the numbers are rising again. San Francisco was going to open up 50% to open up all the businesses so that they can. Be at 50%, like the restaurants, 50% capacity. Now that the numbers are rising, Mayor London Breed has stopped that. Not, they're just going to stay at where they're at till the numbers come down. But I get it. 7 months of the pandemic, not everybody is coming home and taking, you know what I mean? Like, you got to understand that if you're an essential worker and you come home, you've got to take, not, like, you're healthy, but the people in your house, like, our immune systems are compromised. So we need, like, Ty comes home and takes a shower, and he's doing it for you, So when I try to go out and about, Mena's always, Mom, you can't go, you know what I mean?
Good for
so,
her.
Yeah,
Good for Mena.
You can't. I was like, ugh, I forget. Gosh darn it. Sometimes I forget, but I have my kids who remind me, no.
Right.
So, and we have essential worker. I'm an essential worker. So I'm very careful, and I love that my job puts me in the basement by myself because I'm the princess.
Wait, they put the princess in the
They
dungeon?
put the
Are you
princess
sure you're
in the
princess?
dungeon. Yeah. So I'm in my own office, and nobody is allowed to come down to. Everybody goes through somebody before everybody calls me on the phone. So I appreciate my job taking care of me. I appreciate that we watch one another. So. And my family is really good about social distancing, and we've been going to, well, I haven't, but Mo's been going to church and helping there, and hopefully he's social distancing. So yeah, I just want us all to be safe, right? The very least, wear your mask. And if you're an essential worker, please take care of yourself and your family. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? So tomorrow, Koviki Talk, we have Sina Uipi, who is with Epic. She's Epic's very own. She will help break down the importance of voter eligibility, voter rights, and what's at stake for Pasifika people in this election. So tune in tomorrow right here on our Poly by Design page at
And
5 p.m.
That is tomorrow, the Monday before the day to vote. So
Right.
really what you're looking at is last minute information that you need before you go to the polls, if you're going to the polls. So hopefully people have voted early.
Right.
They've mailed their votes in. When you look at the votes right now, the total voted early.
Oh my God,
Let's see.
it's
Let's get to the
crazy.
number.
Hi, Fia. Fia's on, and Lena Falanico. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in.
Let's see. I don't have the numbers. It's 90 million plus. 90 million plus
Wow.
have voted so far. There are states like Hawaii.
Right.
Hawaii, 110% of the total people that voted in 2016 have voted. In other words, 2 days before the election, there's already more people have voted in Hawaii than voted in all of 2016.
Wow.
So they're going to end up, 120%.
Right.
They're going to end up. So 93 million people have voted already in the 2020 election. 2/3, 68% of the 2016 vote is in. The states that are over 100%, Hawaii's 110. Texas is 107. We got a bunch that are really close. Montana's 99. Washington's 98. And there's red states. There's red states that this isn't just a Democrat. This isn't just a Democratic thing. It's not Democrats are the only ones voting early. Georgia's at 93%. Tennessee's at 90%. North Carolina's at 95%.
Wow.
They're turning out. This is going to be a record turnout
Yes.
year. Nobody's sitting on the fence. I think in 2016, people sat on the fence. They didn't like either of the candidates, so some people didn't vote. I think
Right.
people know what they get at this point.
Yeah.
So nobody doesn't have an opinion. They're either 100% for Trump or they're 100% not
right.
for Trump. And I
Yeah.
think that might be more accurate.
Yeah.
I don't know how passionate people are about Biden.
Yeah.
I know people are passionate about, we've seen what Trump does. We don't want four more years of that.
yeah.
So everybody get out there and vote.
Right.
It's part of being in the game. The first part is getting registered to vote. Second part is get educated as to where you want to cast your vote, and that's going to happen tomorrow on our show. We are going to talk about the issues that are important for Pacific Islanders. Getting registered to vote, and actually at this point, like in California, you got to vote at, you got to register at
You
the
can
polls.
register, right?
You got to
can
register at the polls.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you haven't, which I think it's going to, do you know what our percentage is in California?
California is 72%. Now, why is it lower than the other ones? Because 72% means like 10 million people have already voted in California. There's just that many more people in California
yeah.
than other states. Florida, 8.7 million people have already voted.
That's
Texas, 9.6. Remember, Texas, 9.5 voted last year in the
Wow.
entire election. 9.6 have already voted.
That's
So
awesome.
Election day, it's going to push those over.
Going to be huge.
Gonna be huge. And that's where I'm going to be Tuesday night. I got a big
Right.
tub of popcorn ready. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to flip back and forth
Yes.
between CNN and Fox and watch them melt down.
Yeah, just remember, no matter who is president, Jesus Christ is king. I just want to let you know. Just want to let you. I post that every election. I have this little pin that says that. And so,
That's 100%. So
100%.
and I wrote this on my social media. Under every presidential administration, everyone since I was born, my life's gotten better. Everyone. It didn't matter if, and I don't even know who was
Yeah,
president
that's
in
true.
1968, but my life was better by 1969.
Yeah.
Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama.
Yeah, I'd have to say
Every
that too.
administration, my life has gotten better.
Right.
The common denominator to that is me.
Right.
So, and I said the same thing in 2016.
Exactly.
When Trump took office, I said, my happiness is up to me.
Right.
And I'll be better in 2020 than I am in 2016. And I am.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Very good. Good morning is, I can't even say your last name, Fructuoso. There you go. Thank you for tuning
Did you
in.
get all the vowels?
Well, I don't, yeah.
You pronounced them ensemble at least.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, SCDC has a whole bunch of virtual
Why
programs.
don't you tell me about them, Nackie?
Well,
They have a lot?
they have
More
a
than one.
lot. Yeah, they have the wellness check-in. That's every Wednesday for parents. And so to debrief, decompress about everything, contact SCDC for all the programs that they have going on. If your kid needs academic support, they have wellness and academic support for students during distance learning, elementary school, high school, everything.
I'm stuck in front of a computer all day long.
I know.
Well, I mean,
Tell your story that when you were.
I was going to have you tell the story. So those of you that are officing from home, you're stuck in front of your computer. You got to move around every 10 minutes, every hour. 10 minutes every hour. You got to move around. It's good for your heart. It's bad for your heart to not do this. There's not really a decision of, it's not neutral. If you're in a sitting position for longer than an hour, it's not good for you. So one of the things they have on Tuesdays and Thursdays is sa'amai, and that is keeping it moving in a chair. So go to their Facebook page, and they will have those. The times are 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday and 10:30 a.m. on Thursdays. I actually had a break in between two virtual meetings, and a little Facebook notification came up, and it said sa'amai. And I looked at it, I was like, that's SCDC. What is that? I'll just take a minute and see what it is, because I didn't know what it was. This was months ago. And I clicked on it, and they were exercising in a chair. And I think it was 10, 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
It was perfect.
Just a little break.
Just a little break.
A little break.
Move, get the blood flowing, keep that lymph system moving.
Awesome.
It's healthy.
I know. Also, Essence of Mana has a parenting program that has already started. Catch their next one. Go follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They have Talanoa Tuesday, which is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Go to their Facebook page where they go live. And then one of these shows we are hosting in November. So 17th. 17th.
November 17th. Polly by Design will be hosting Talanoa Tuesday
at 7 p.m. So check us out. We'll be talking about everything wonderful under the sun. So every Tuesday at 7 p.m., Talanoa Tuesday, and then at 5 p.m., we Faika. We Faika.
And the Koviki Talk episodes, Nackie is sending those to AAX Radio on Cali FM. That's 106.3 on your FM dial in Southern California.
That's right.
That will, all the Koviki episodes will be in their rotation, so you can check us out on the radio if you want.
Right. Also, go check out Island City Media on Instagram. Go follow them. They've started
big news coming next month.
Big news.
What is it? This month.
They've announced that they've started and they're on Dash Radio with all new programming. So go check out Island City Media. How about that? Lots and lots of, there's tons of Pasifika programming and podcast and mental health. SWE is starting up again. PIWI, Pacific Islander Wellness Initiative. They have clinicians every Monday and Wednesday, Mana Monday and Check-In Wednesday. Go follow them on their Instagram page. They have Tupi and Manu, who are with PIWI. Go check them out. There's tons and tons of great programs that will fit you and you alone. So go Salmon Solutions page, PIWI, follow us, Essence of Mana, go, SEDC too. So great programming. Check everyone out.
I got a chance to give input on Cafe Wellness.
Ooh.
So I got to give my input about what was the program like.
Awesome.
Was it culturally responsible and respectful and all those kind of things. And I was proud to say how much Cafe Wellness and Brother Neo Ve'eve and the whole gang that used to hang out there at SCDC's, we'd be in that place at 10 at night finishing up when the program was supposed to finish at 8.
Yeah.
We were in there sometimes at 10 o'clock because we didn't have all of our words said. Sometimes I'd get home after midnight. I drove 4 hours for a program that was supposed to last 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
But it always was longer. But it was like a second half to my day on Fridays. And there were days that I got off an airplane coming from wherever. And I would land in the Sacramento airport. I'd get in my car and drive straight to San Francisco so that I could participate in Cafe Wellness. That's how powerful those programs are that SCDC has.
Crazy amazing.
What SWE has. And those are all, those are Pacific Islander specific programming that's designed for you. Just like our Stop Smoking class.
Yes.
It is step by step. We are going, again, we're walking through each step and giving people the tools to deal with each step as we go, making a tailor specific designed program for the person. Not every quitting program makes sense to everybody. So if we have 8 class members, we are probably going to need 8 different programs made that are going to be successful.
Right.
Maybe sometimes they work for other people and we don't need to do 8, but we will find the one that's successful for you. So hit us up at the Faika podcast at polybydesign.com or Carl at polybydesign.com or Nackie at polybydesign.com, and we can get you caught up before our next class next week.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Just send us an email. Good morning, Candy To'o Terreros. Thank you for tuning in. Where are we? You're
wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up. We had a good week. It was a good week. We have tons and tons of stuff coming up this week. Check out our Facebook page and our Instagram page where we'll update you on all kinds of wonderful Pasifika stuff going on. Pasifika, oh my gosh, Talanoa that Fui gave you. She gave us a flyer to talk about
Tongan women, right?
Tongan women scholars. They have a Talanoa on November 19th from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We have the flyer on our page, Pasifika Island Pacific Islander Studies program helped form the foundation of a well-informed electoral in our Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander community. Tune in on November 19th for this talanoa that is certain to leave you even more enlightened and empowered. And it's crazy. There's crazy, amazing people that are going to be on there. Dr. Finau Sina Tovo, Dr. Lee Kava, Esiteli Uhamaka. Sorry if I a white girl. Vaimona Niu Meitolu and Dr. Fui Lupe Niu Meitolu. So crazy, amazing panelists. You cannot miss this November 19th. Tune in and check our flyer. We have all the information. It's posted on our Facebook page. So go.
Awesome. Good to remember that.
There you go.
Good job, Nackie.
Good job. So thank you for tuning in. If you have anything that you want us to promote or talk about or have a guest, this month we have, we have tons of guests this week. We have Doris Tulifau in this month. At the end of the month, we have Doris Tulifau, who is with Brown Girl Woke. We also have Natasha Suka, who is with Malama Bakery. And then we have Kiki Soliai, who is with Taupo Samoa. She's down south. She's a huge community member. And then just tons and tons of great, amazing people. So if you know someone that you think or is a Pacific Islander role model, hit us up at the Faika podcast at polybydesign.com.
Uma.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Please share the podcast. We have great information, and rest in love and peace to JuiceBoy, who's with Cutthroat, and our sister Rita Satini. Please say a prayer, reach out, go to their Facebook, share love. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you next week. Come back to FICA with us.